on, guys? Ocean here with Redline Gaming, back with another deck profile for you. This past weekend we had a box tournament in our shop, JV Comics, in Hiram, Georgia. We had a great turnout, and I've got the first place deck profile here for you to do. I did not compete myself, but I asked the winner if he'd like to do this video. He declined and said he didn't really feel comfortable doing this, but encouraged me to do it for him. So with that said, I do have the deck profile here for you guys if you want to check it out. It is Odd Eyes Draco Pals, the new deck that everyone was talking about post SHVI, and let's just go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so we got these cards here. First I want to start off with Triple, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Basically, he's the main centerpiece to the deck now. It's more focused on how much damage he can deal with the new support that came out in SHVI. So obviously he's maxed out to 3. You know his effect to search in the end phase when he's in the scales, so we're good. Next is 2 Pendulum Sorcerers. Now this is what I found a little different with his build as opposed to recent builds, always at 3. Basically the focus was not necessarily always popping to search, but again more focusing on Pendulum Dragon as opposed to this guy. So there we go. And the next one we have up is 2 Guitar Turtles. We all know what Turtle does. He's half of the Greed combo, along with Triple, Perform Power Lizard Draw, the second half of that combo. Triple seems to be gaining popularity. Like I did a previous video with Justin Barnes, pre-format shift, he did max out on 3 of these and said that it was probably one of the better decisions he did make in that format. So again, you see it here in this deck profile. So moving on, the rest of the Perform Power Engine, Joker, Monkey Board, needs no explanation. On to the new support, which is Triple, Odd Eyes Unicorn. This card is great when you search it with Sky Iris, and it's your high skill, so it allows you to summon Pendulum Dragon back. It also does combo well with it in order to help manipulate the attack damage and just put way more on board to kill your opponent in a faster time. And second one in that is Odd Eyes Light Phoenix. Now this card itself, it's low scale. A lot of times it's the searchable low scale with everything else. Now this card is a little bit mixed with both. It's popular on both onboard and in the scales. Its onboard effect allows it to tribute itself to pump another monster by 1,000. And again, like I said, Pendulum Dragon pumps out a bunch of damage. This just makes it even worse. So that's just played at 1 of. That's all the Perform Pal Odd Eyes monsters that's played in the deck. Moving on to the Draco engine, we have 1 Master, 1 Lector, 1 Vector, 1 Luster. With the loss of Ignister and Draco face-off to 1, the engine seems to have not necessarily died off, but needed less of. So with 1 face-off, like I said, you really don't need to go past 1 of each of these cards. Inherently, it has a good matchup against other pendulums because of Lector and Vector. So that's all you really need, to be honest. There. And then next we have 2 Magical Abdicators. One of the better openers of this deck. When you play it, you just start gaining counters and searching for exactly what you need to push the game state into a really good board that your opponent can't answer. And the last of the monsters is Triple Ariana Grande. With this said, this is a counter trap build. It plays 6 traps. This card in combination with Sky Iris not only searches you the card you want, but it searches you the counter traps that you're going to set up for on your turn 1 play against your opponent. So needing 3 of those. So that's all the monsters there for you. Moving on to the spells, we have Triple Sky Iris. Now for those of you who don't know what this does, this card targets card on your board, pops it, searches for an Odd Eyes or Perform Bell card, I believe. And in combination, like I said, with Ariana Grande, searches even more cards. So it's imperative to see this turn 1, and because of that, double terraforming. So basically you're playing 5 of the card. It's just extremely good. And I mean, I can't say anything more than that. This just jumpstarts your combo so easily. Next, 2 Instant Fusion. I asked this player about Instant Fusion and how it worked in the deck. And he basically told me that while good, it wasn't necessarily helpful in advancing your board state. It helped in some type of late games in order for spot removal, but other than that, it wasn't that necessary of a card. And for that, consideration is being taken to maybe make it a 1 or cut the card in completely. If you like Nodin, which a lot of people are, I'll keep the card in the deck if you want, but after this tournament, he plans on taking this out. So take that for what it's worth. Next is one Draco face-off because we're not allowed to play more than one. And finally, one Odd Eyes Fusion. Another card that is searchable by Sky Iris, and you really don't want to see more than one of that card. It's great to resolve Summon Vortex Dragon, but after that, you really don't need to see another one. So whether you open it or you search for it, one is all you need. Now the last 6, like I said, are the counter traps, so just going to lay them out for you. 3 of which are being Strike. Don't need to explain those. Warning for the end of the Solemn Brigade, and 2 Chaos Trap Holes. So basically this is the lineup that turns out about 80% well against your opponent turn 1, because you're going to see Monarchs, Cosmos, and things like that, and all of these cards are completely applicable to those decks. So that's the end of that. And now moving on to the extra deck. First starting with Nodin, obviously for the instant fusion. 2 Dinosaur for the Draco engine, and just being a really good card to set turn 1 if you can't advance your board state. Just protects it until you can actually get something going. After which, 1 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, like I said. The Odd Eyes Fusion is really good, and this card is completely insane for what it's worth, and I mean, you would not play it. Next, 1 Ignister, because again, we're only allowed to play 1, but still such a broken card. Moving on to the rest of the extra deck, the rank 4s, we have King of the Feral Imps, obviously for searching Lizard Draw and other cards like that. Castell, obviously for spot removal. Magister, because we're playing Pendulums. Dweller, because Cosmo, I guess. But you guys get the gist of it. Utopia Lightning, because if you can play 4s, why not play that? And moving on to the last 4, it's 3 rank 7s in the form of Absolute Dragon, Red Eyes Fire Metal, and Odd Eyes Rebellion, which each of these has an individually great effect when you can summon them on board. And if you guys don't know what they are, I strongly advise you looking them up, because these are some imperative cards to play if you're going to play this deck. Alright, and the last but very not least, number 38, Hope Harbinger Titanic Galaxy, whatever his name is. This card is completely gaining popularity just everywhere. It's played in Cosmo, it's played in Monarch, it's played in this deck. I mean, it's just such a great card, especially opening against your opponent. I really can't speak more about how glad I am that this card exists. I personally played my Cosmo build. If you've seen the deck profile that I did for my regional top, I'm so glad that I have this card in the deck. So that does it for the 15. That does it for the deck profile. I really appreciate you guys watching. I know we're trying to get everything up and running. We have the Redline Gaming RLG channel. If you guys would like, we also are on Instagram with @Redline Gaming RLG. We're also on Facebook. Search Redline Gaming. We are located in Hiram, Georgia, the competitive state for Yu-Gi-Oh in this country. I thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and just keep staying tuned for all these deck profiles. This is Ocean. Thanks so much for watching.